What if I told you you could do 6 dinners for $60 and you don't even need to use your oven? Well, we got it. And as a bonus, most of these recipes, your entire family, even the pickiest of eaters, will love. So let's take a look. We are on week 71, and some of our past menus have required that you have either like a crock pot or a slow cooker. This week's meal plan is going to use primarily your stovetop. Now, there is a couple options for using the air fryer, but it's not a necessary item. You can totally do it even if you don't have an air fryer. So let's take a look at the actual menu. Hopefully you can see that we used lots of different items this week, but there is a little caveat. We did use a couple items that are technically already pre-cooked, like pepperoni and diced ham. Now, the other items that we've used them in a way where you can do some pre-cooking, but you don't have to. We're really focused on quick and easy weeknight meals this week. Now, I mentioned before that we were going to do 6 dinners for under $60, and in fact, our total came out to $54.62. This was at the Super Walmart Center in New Albany, Mississippi. Now, keep in mind, there's lots of basics on this list, and you might already have some of these items. So check your pantry, your fridge, or your freezer, and you can actually get your total much less than mine. The only things I'm assuming you have this week are your preferred cooking oil and whatever your favorite seasonings are. Now, there's 2 links down below. One goes to my Walmart grocery list where you can actually change the zip code and see what the total would be in your area. If you have a minute, come back down below in the comments, tell me how much it is in your area, because I love to see all the different totals, and you'll start to notice that they're all pretty close, within a few dollars at least. The second link goes to my website where you can get an absolutely free PDF of the shopping list and all the recipes that we are about to talk about. Now, even though this week is designed to be quick and easy, there are a few optional things that you can do to make it a little bit easier. We're going to use some breakfast sausage and we're going to use some ground turkey. Those can easily be cooked up. When you have the time, go ahead and drain them, let them cool, and then put them in your fridge or your freezer for later. We are going to use, it's a new product. I don't know if it's super new, but it's been around for a little bit. It's pre-cut frozen chicken breasts, basically like a large dice of chicken. It's already cut up for you, so you don't even have to cut it. And what's awesome about these frozen bags of chicken is you don't even have to defrost them. You could literally, on the nights of this meal plan, you could just grab out about half of it, which would be about a pound, and then just put it directly in the pan with a little bit of oil or water, and they will just cook up super, super quick because they're small chunks. Now, if you wanted to skip that, you could actually just go ahead and cook these up in a large pan, like a large skillet, cook them all up, let them cool, and then put them in the fridge. So that way the meat is ready to go on those nights. We are going to use some fresh produce, which is going to be 2 bell peppers and 1 onion. We will need the onion and 1 bell pepper sliced and 1 diced. That's something you can easily do all in one night, bag it up, and then it's ready to go. So on those busy nights, you don't even have to chop anything. You have it all ready to go. Now, my kids are huge fans of pizza, like most kids, and this is just kind of a fun twist on basically pizza flavors, but in a slightly different form. We're going to take these crescent rolls and we're going to top it with some tomato sauce, some pepperoni, and mozzarella. We're going to roll it up, think like cinnamon roll style, and then we're going to slice it into pinwheels, and this will bake in the air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you can use a toaster oven or your oven if you wanted to. Now, we're going to go simple and just serve this with a side of steamed broccoli. This is one of those steam in the bag, super, super quick. The second dinner is going to be a sausage and corn chowder. This is a great, just kind of throw it all in a pan kind of soup. And what's great is we're going to be using breakfast sausage in a very unbreakfasty way. If you don't want to use links, or if you already have a pound of ground sausage, that will totally work as a substitute. And we are going to use 2 cans of the pre-diced canned potatoes. I do recommend that you rinse them and drain them first before using them, just because sometimes they have kind of an icky taste with the liquid that they're packed in. But once you rinse them and drain them, that part's all gone. This is just a super quick way to get cooked potatoes fast. Now, you could obviously do this with regular potatoes. So if you have a bag of potatoes hanging around, you can obviously switch this out. Now, we're just going to throw in some frozen corn. We're going to use some chicken broth. And then once all of that has really cooked down, we're going to add in some milk and some shredded cheddar cheese and whatever our favorite seasonings are. This is just one of those super, super yummy chowders. And of course, personally, I'm going to serve this with bread. I have tons of bread in my freezer, but you could easily pick up a loaf of bread at Walmart. I am slightly disappointed that I'm seeing the regular price now is about $1.47, whereas before they've been $1 for like forever. So I'm hoping those go back on rollback because I love those things. For the third dinner, we are going to do kind of a one pot style, but it's actually 2 pots. It's going to be ham, mac, and cheese skillet with peas. Now, the reason why I say that this could be a 1 pot, it might be a 2 pot. It just depends on how you want to cook your pasta. And what I mean by that is if it's my house, I'm going to use 1 big pot. I'm going to boil the water while I'm unloading dishes. And then once the pasta's cooked, I'm going to drain it and set it aside. I'm going to use that same pan, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to make the sauce. Now, of course, you could use 1 pan of boiling water, cook your pasta, use a separate pan, and make everything together. That's fine too. Now, the thing here is, yes, this is a basic mac and cheese, but I feel a little bit better about giving my kids mac and cheese every week if I'm kind of making it semi-homemade or homemade. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with a boxed mix. I just prefer the flavor of a more homemade style. If you like a box, type mac and cheese, that's totally fine. You could just add some ham and some peas to it to make it a more complete meal. Totally up to you. This is just a super quick, easy mac and cheese. Now, a couple years back, I had a chicken version of a Philly sandwich, and I was blown away because I don't always dig the whole beef or steak Philly, but I really love the chicken one. Now, we're going to use that frozen diced chicken that I talked about. You don't even have to defrost it. You can just throw it right in the pan. I usually do a little water or a little bit of oil. That's up to you. Once that is looking fully cooked and it's lightly browned, go ahead and throw in your peppers and your onions. Cook that till soft, and then here's where you have options, okay? So you have your chicken and your peppers and your onions all in 1 pan, and they're all looking good. You can sprinkle the top with mozzarella cheese, put the lid on, and let it melt, and then you can scoop it out into your hoagie rolls. You could do slider rolls for smaller sandwiches, or you could even serve this over rice as like a bowl, because I love rice bowls. So the other option here is you can take this mixture without the cheese, put it into your hoagies, where you slice the top of the hoagie buns if they're not pre-sliced, load up the center, top it with some cheese, and then pop it in your air fryer for a couple minutes to get the cheese all melty and bubbly. Totally great option as well. Now, I personally love enchiladas, but I'm trying to avoid my oven. So this is going to be a stovetop version of super quick enchiladas. We're going to use some ground turkey, and we're just going to brown that up. But here's the kicker. We're going to hide some vegetables in there because the enchilada sauce totally masks any flavor of vegetables. So we're going to use a medium zucchini. I just dice it really thin, like really small, but you could also shred it if you like. If you don't care for zucchini, you could easily add some carrots, add some corn. There's so many different vegetables you can just slide in here, and they kind of become part of the sauce. And my kids never even realize that they're eating vegetables inside the dish. Now, we're going to use about 4 small flour tortillas. To me, this is a great way to use up any extra tortillas. We usually buy a 10-pack, and we have a couple left over after we have like tacos or burritos. So we're just going to cut this into strips. I have just cut it up with like a chef's knife, or I even use like my pizza cutter, and I just kind of cut it into strips. We're going to add it to the pan with our enchilada sauce and just let it kind of soak up all that sauce. And then once again, we're going to sprinkle with cheese. We're going to cover and let it melt. This is so good. And honestly, sometimes you don't feel like having a giant enchilada, and this is perfect because you can have kind of a smaller portion if you like, and you're not like breaking up a whole rolled, burrito style enchilada. So it just works out really good. Now, because our total only came out to $55, there's plenty of room in there to add some fruits. If you follow us on Facebook, you'll know that I am a huge just advocate, if you will, of adding fruit to dinners. It started out as an easy way to get my kids excited for dinner because they love fruit, but then I started eating it for dinner as well. And I noticed part of it kind of cures that sweet tooth that you get in the evening time. But the other part is it actually makes you feel more full and more satiated, if you will. So it's a great option. These are the fresh fruits that I saw that was a really good price. But keep in mind that right now with back to school season, I'm seeing a lot of those like fruit cups that are on sale. So that might be easier for you if you don't want to cut up a pineapple or a watermelon. And I honestly love to mix and match. So I may do some fresh blueberries with some canned peaches, or I do some fresh strawberries with some applesauce. It's totally okay to kind of mix and match. And then that way, even if you only get like 2 or 3 different fruits, you can kind of mix and match them every night. So it's not exactly the same, even though my kids have proven they are perfectly fine eating the exact same fruit or the exact same vegetable every single night of the week. So sorry about the tangent there. Now, if you've made it all the way here, I just want to tell you I appreciate you so much. And please go to the website and check out the free PDF. It's all in black and white. It's a total of 4 pages. It has the shopping list, the make ahead tips, and all of the recipes. Now, the reason why this is important is because there are tons of meal plans available out there, but they aren't always super budget friendly. They aren't always made for families. And the kicker is they are not free. Mine is free. You don't even have to give me your email address or anything. We do encourage you to sign up for our weekly newsletter so you know about all of our content and all of our new menus, but you don't have to. That's totally your choice. You can just go straight to the page, hit print or download, and boom, it's yours. You don't have to do anything for it. And trust me, I have been to many sites where, the first one is $1. They want you to sign up for like a membership plan or pay just a huge amount of money. I give everything for free, and I will continue to do that because I believe that this is a resource that more and more families need and are looking for. So once again, sorry for going on my tangent. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Thank you again. Bye.